Hey everyone, and thanks for jumping back into the cryptoverse. Today, we're going to talk about Chainlink, and we're going to be doing a general market update as we head into 2022. If you guys like the content, make sure you subscribe to the channel, give the video a thumbs up, and also check out the Telegram channel, which you can find a link to in the description below. Also, do check out the sale on the premium list that'll run through the end of the year. You can find that at intothecryptoverse.com. Let's go ahead and jump in. So, Link, to say the least, has not had the best 2021. Okay, and this is this is probably one of the main coins I have in my portfolio that hasn't done as well this year. Now, if you look at yearly candles for Link, it's funny because when you show this to people outside of crypto and you complain about it, right? You say, well, I have this token Link and it hasn't really done any well, it hasn't really done that well. You show them this chart and they're like, what the hell are you talking about, right? You have a year over here back in January 2017. Clearly, we know the Link wasn't around back then, but for when it actually did launch later in the year, it started around 12 cents, ended at around 60 cents, about a 5x or so. The following year, down 53%, but ever since then, 521%, 539%, and then this year, it put in a much more modest 113% gain. Now, what's interesting is, though, if you look at the weekly candles here, okay, let's go back to the very beginning of 2021. So we'll take it all the way back to January, right around here. We started it about half the price that it is today. Now, you might say, well, Ben, that's great, right? It's phenomenal for something to go up 2x in 1 year. Yeah, I mean, in the stock market, that would be great. In a crypto bull market, it would actually be, it'd be hard to find coins that would only go up 2x, right? So it has not performed as well as I would have liked it to, and to say the very least, all right? Now, that doesn't mean I'm still not bullish on Link. I am. And hopefully 2022 will be the year that Link can really pick up the pace and show that it has something left in it. Because 2021 has been fairly lackluster. Now, the key milestones for Link are, first, we got to get back above the 20-week SMA. And I mean, we've experienced phases like this before. If you've been investing in Link for a while, we had a long phase like this around $4 once upon a time. This entire phase over here. And if I were to take a bar pattern and sort of measure that here and overlay it to this, to the current day, there are some similarities, right? There's just a lot of chopping action going on. Not a whole lot, right? We went up to $4, we came all the way back down to $1.50, and then back up to $3, back down to $1.60 or so, back up to $4.80, back down to $1.50, and then we had that parabolic move to $20. And so you can see there are some similarities, right? This time we came up to $50-something, we came all the way down to 13, back up to 36, back down to 22, back up to 37, back down to 15. So you sort of see the similarities here. And, to be completely honest, if you had told me a year ago that, the Bitcoin would be trading for $51,000 and Ethereum would be trading for $4,100, mind you, a year ago, Ethereum was only trading for like $700 or $600. I would have been surprised if Link had only been trading for 24. I mean, to be completely honest, I would have been surprised if that were the case. We do know that Link has sort of it kind of takes its own path to some degree, going up generally when a lot of other cryptocurrencies go down. Unfortunately, for the bull market, that has meant Link has only marginally gone up compared to a lot of other cryptocurrencies. But as we head into 2022, let's hope that there is some type of momentum shift in Chainlink in terms of its valuation against not only the US dollar, but also against Bitcoin and Ethereum, because we know that there are these phases where investors in Link can just get chopped out and they don't want anything more to do with it because they watch other cryptocurrencies go up. But I do think that there is a good chance as we head into 2022 and as we really navigate 2022, I do think Link will put in new all-time highs. And I personally would not be surprised to see Link go to $100 in 2022, which it would represent about a 4x from the current prices. Okay, so I still remain very, very bullish on Chainlink However, you cannot discount the fact that it has underperformed a lot of cryptocurrencies this year and over the last 18 months. Okay. For instance, if you look at the Link Ether valuation, I think this is something that it's worth keeping an eye on. It's down about 88%, 87 or 88% since August of 2020. That's a significant drop. I mean, the valuation of Link against Ether would have to go up about 700% just to get to the valuation it was at back in the summer of 2020. 700%. To give you an idea, for a constant ETH, if Link went up 700%, I mean, you'd be talking about a Link that's valued at around $200 or so. So that gives you an idea of just how much Link has been devalued against Ethereum. Ethereum's gone up significantly. A lot of altcoins have bled against Ethereum, and Link has been one of them, unfortunately. Okay, so I'm sort of looking at this market. I mean, I try to be as unbiased as possible. You guys know that. I look at this market, and I know that Link here had a phase like this before, where we sort of just chopped around $4 for a while, and you know, we started up here, we came below it, back above, came below, back above, came below again, and then finally we took off, and we see something a little bit similar, right? We came down below it, back above, back below, back above. Now we're below it again. Let's see. I mean, let's just see if this is the time where we need to grind it out for a while, maybe around $20 to $30 or so, and then we can build out a base to then have another nice move. What is an interesting chart, and a chart I don't really like looking at, to be completely honest, but we have to look at it because if you have an investment in it, you might as well face the music. Looking at Link ETH on a linear scale, it looks pretty ugly. I mean, at this point, you could argue that this has been a fairly textbook bubble pop against the Link Ether valuation. Hopefully, we'll get another bubble. But for quite a while now, it has been in a systematic downtrend. So if you're curious what I'm looking at to start to get a little bit excited, I know it's easy to get excited anytime Link goes up a few percentage points. But look, I mean, we'd like to see it get back above the 20-week SMA or the bull mark support band of the Link Ether valuation, which would imply that Link's valuation against Ether would need to go up at least another 20% or so before we're potentially back in business. For Link's initial launch and for a lot of its life, it was above its bull mark support band against Ethereum, but right now it still remains below it, and it's been below it ever since October or September of 2020, and we just keep getting rejected time after time after time again. So if we break it, then that could be the sign of a momentum shift for Chainlink, and then potentially going off on another, hopefully another nice rally. Link Bitcoin doesn't look quite as bad. You could argue that we're just sort of in this sort of triangle here. We're putting in lower highs, but our lows are more or less the same. So we'll see here if we can ultimately break out to the upside, which is what I am personally hoping for. Okay, so the moral here is that, or to summarize, I should say, going into 2021, I did think Link would perform better than just over a 2x for the duration of the year. Okay, I did think it would do better than a 2x. Unfortunately, that's all it did, and it's now been bleeding against Ethereum to the tune of 87% or so over the last 18 months. The key areas to watch for Link, in my opinion, to see a turnaround would of course be to look to see if the Link USD valuation can get back above its own bull mark support band, which ranges from around $25 to $27. But that's not the more important part. The more important part, can the Link Ether valuation get on course? Because again, Link is fundamentally, in my opinion, again, a lot of people would disagree with that, and that's fine. I welcome those disagreements. But Link is fundamentally more risky than Ethereum is from a lot of different perspectives. And so it makes sense that you would want it to outperform Ethereum, or at least be an oscillator. If all it does is bleed, then you're taking on more risk for less reward. So really, the key test here is, can Link's valuation against Ether get back on course, get back above this bull mark support band, and then continue on? I mean, I was hoping it would get back above it over here, and then it just got rejected once again. So let's see what happens here with Link Ether over the coming weeks. If you guys like the content, make sure you subscribe to the channel, give the video a thumbs up. We also do have some Into the Cryptoverse t-shirts stored at intothecryptoverse.com. If you use the code Happy Holidays, you will get 20% off. Thank you guys for tuning in. Subscribe, give the video a thumbs up, and I'll see you next time.